Now, this is that incident when one fine day Lord Shiva, he becomes a Gopika. Now, what is the story behind this? It so happens that Lord Shiva once, while he was doing tapasya in Kailasam, it seems that he hears the flute sound of Krishna. Now, Krishna was in Bhulokam, but still it seems that the flute sound of Krishna was disturbing him. This was disturbing Lord Shiva, but you can say like it was captivating him. It was pulling him towards that of deep samadhi and so on. That's when he says that I have to follow, I cannot resist any longer, and that's how he follows that sound, which leads him to the land of Vrindavanam. And where you have now here in Vrindavanam, while Krishna does the Rasa Leela with Gopikas, he gets another name, Gopinatha. So there Krishna in the form of Gopinatha was ready to start the Maharas, as they call Maharasa Leela with his Gopikas. Now Shiva had a desire that he also wanted to do the Rasa Leela with Bhagavan, but along with Krishna no males were allowed inside. That's when what he does was, he was stopped while Lord Shiva was about to enter the entrance of the Rasasthali, the place where the Maharasa Leela was to start. He was stopped by Yogamaya, who tells him that no males except Krishna is allowed to enter inside, so you cannot enter. So in order to join this, you must first take the form of a gopi, only then you will be allowed to participate in this Maharasa Leela. Now Lord Shiva asks, how can I get that form? I am a male form, right? So that's when Yogamaya tells him that you go and take the shelter of Vrinda Devi, who is there. She will give you the desired form. That's when Shiva, he approaches Vrinda Devi, who tells him that you have to take a bath in the rivers of Manasarovar, which is there in Vrindavan, and Manasarovar lake. Now, as soon as Shiva, he comes out of this Manasarovar lake, his form, he finds himself transformed into a Gopika also. And now with his new form, it seems that Vrinda Devi takes him inside the Rasasthali, and there in a spot also, Shiva is also in the form of a Gopika, is doing the Rasa Leela there. Now that's when what happens is, now there Lord Shiva actually, he stands there, it seems, seeking prema, seeking love and bhakti from both Radha and Krishna, who are busy in their Rasa Leela there. As this Rasa Leela began, Lord Krishna started dancing with all the Gopikas, including Lord Shiva also. Now for some time the dance had continued, but that's when Krishna tells her, I am feeling that there is something wrong here, and I'm not getting the usual happiness or so that that is always done, that I always get while we do the Rasa Leela. It seems that there is one more man inside. That's when he tells one Gopika, Lalita Devi, to go and check. And that's when Lalita Devi, she starts checking each of the Gopikas who are there, and they found nothing unusual. But then finally she comes across a Gopika with 3 eyes. That's Lord Shiva with the 3rd eye. And she comes back and she tells Krishna that I have found one Gopika with a quite unique form having 3 eyes. Krishna tells you, bring the Gopika. As soon as Krishna sees Shiva in the form of the Gopika, he starts laughing and tells that, Oh Gopishwara, that's when Lord Shiva gets another name, Gopishwara. I am very happy today to see you in this form. But you know that this Rasa Leela that is there is not meant for householders. But now, since you have expressed your desire, since you want to participate in this Rasa Leela, I will give you the position of the gatekeeper of this Rasasthali. So from now on, all the Gopikas, they will come, they will offer their respects to you, and they will seek your blessings in order to attain Gopi Bhavam, that is there. So from this time onwards, we know how Lord Shiva gets his form as Gopishwara Mahadeva. This reference that is there comes in a text called Garga Samhita, and that's when Krishna appoints Shiva as a guardian of the Rasasthali and gives him a very, very important role in this Rasa Leela episode of Vrindavana. So thus no one could enter that Rasa Mandalam without first getting the permission of Gopishwara Mahadeva. Now what is the significance of worshipping this form of Shiva is, in Vrindavanam, the worship of Gopishwara Mahadeva is very, very auspicious. Krishna himself declares that all the Gopikas must first go and offer your worship to Lord Shiva, seek his blessings, and then only come here. In fact, the Srimad Bhagavatam also gives a reference that the Gopikas used to worship Lord Shiva in Vrindavanam, praying that Lord Krishna only should be granted as our husband also. It's not just a formality, it is a heartfelt prayer which they did to develop love and bhakti towards Bhagavan. Now, it seems that here, one more thing, keeping aside all the differences between Shaivism, Vaishnavism also, it is said that the Lord who is there and Shiva, that is both Krishna and Vishnu, they are like milk and yogurt, right? So they are one and the same, right? If you see yogurt, what is yogurt? The curd that is there, it's a form of milk only, right? So you cannot separate each other. So while everything is the absolute reality only, they are just different forms of the Lord. So Lord Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhuho, just as we have a phrase, amongst the Vaishnavas, the most supreme is Bhagavan Shiva himself. So you have Lord Shiva in the form of Gopishwara Mahadeva, who is worshipped along with Radha Madhava and the Gopikas in Vrindavanam. So here this is a very, very beautiful story which talks about the Leela of Bhagavan and how Shiva comes to experience the Rasa Leela.